here with Lisa Lieberman Wang, and I am going to start kind of off the cuff because we know a lot about you. You're a successful businesswoman, but tell us something about yourself that you think people would be surprised to hear about.
A lot of people are surprised to hear that I was a professional ballroom dancer and that I used to compete, and I love the cha-cha and hustle.
Oh, I've always wanted to learn the hustle, right? It's kind of like the theme to my life, hustle.
Yeah,
so
actually,
I think I should have a theme dance too.
That's awesome. So I guess we got to prepare you for it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. I love it. I love a lady who can dance.
Yes.
In terms of your business, I know that you do a lot of lecturing on how women can control those voices in our heads that I think really are sort of our biggest challenges. So what are some of the best mindset strategies that you've implemented over the years to get where you are?
I think the best mindset is that we have to listen to our own communication to ourselves. You know, a lot of times you think about it, if you went to a bad movie, you wouldn't go back, right?
Right.
Okay.
So what happened? Thought about that,
right?
But yes.
So when we're telling ourselves negative things, why do we keep listening? So mindset really starts with the language we use for ourselves, what we say to ourselves on a daily basis, what we aspire to be, you know, become your own best friend, become the raving fan that you want somebody else to be, and do it for yourself. And I believe when we do that, everything becomes really simple.
It's not simple to do that though, right?
Well, it is simple to do that. It's just that we weren't taught to do that. We were taught to look for what's wrong.
Right.
We want to protect ourselves and make sure we're doing it right. We want to be the best we can be, right?
Yes.
But the idea is, what if along the way you didn't think that there was a test and you just forgot the test and did your best? And just anytime you did something, just as you were a child, you have children, right? Three.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they were learning to walk, did they fall?
Many times.
Okay, and what did you do when they fell? You said, great, you did it, go do it again, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what if we did the same thing for ourselves? When we're going about our business, we're building ourselves, we're building our business, and we do something, why not celebrate the fact that we did something, not beat yourself up because it wasn't the best, it wasn't perfect, but instead just say, you know, that's great, awesome, great job.
Well, that's exactly, you're speaking my language, because that's what this entire platform is built on, is that women are remarkable in their own right, but especially women who start their own businesses, and they very often don't get any recognition at all for their achievements. So that's why we do what we do. So we're speaking the same language, and I like that analogy. But speaking of women, why do you think now is a really important time for women in general? And I know that you pivoted to support women, so I'd love to talk about that a little bit.
Well, I think I pivoted to support women because women don't know how great they are. And I remember when I was doing amazing in business, and I've always done amazing in business, but personally I was hurting myself. My grandmother said, baby, take care of your mother's daughter. And I think women have this nurture need to take care of everybody else, but they don't realize that they need to take care of their mother's daughter too.
That is the truth. So I want to go into 3 strategies that you use that would really enforce self-care.
Number 1, gratitude. Being grateful every day in every way. Before I go to bed, I say 5 things I'm grateful for, new things every single day, not a repeat of the day before. And I teach my clients to do the same thing, because at the end of the year you have an arsenal of all these things you're grateful for, where a lot of times we look at what we don't have, we live in scarcity versus abundance. So living in gratitude is number 1. 2 is being really nice to yourself, learning to fly, which is first love yourself. If you would what would you do with your best friend if they had a challenge? Would you be beating them up, or would you be like lifting them up, right? What would you do when somebody is doing well? You'd be applauding them to do even more. What would you do if someone's challenged? You'd help them along. Be your own best friend. That would be number 2. And number 3 for self-care is to really take care of you first. You know, they say it in a plane, put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you take care of everybody else. Taking care of you meaning making time to eat right, to exercise, to put positive things in your brain. That's taking care of you.
I like that, and I like that acronym. That's a good one. Lisa, how do we help business women become even more successful?
I think the first thing is that most women are thinking it's tactics and skills that are going to get them ahead, and they don't realize that what really will put them ahead is the personal work that they do on themselves And then when they have that, the tactics and skills are easy. We spend a lot of energy thinking, I'm going to try this new way of doing something. I'm going to test this. I'm going to do this. But what ends up happening is if their self-worth is in the dungeon, or they feel like their self-esteem is at risk, or they're afraid to speak up and say what they want, or they're concerned about what other people are going to think, every tactic and strategy will not work for them, because they won't get out of their own way. I spent over $1 million on personal development working on me. I was looking for the answer to what's wrong with me. And you know what the answer was? Nothing. Nothing. There was nothing wrong with me. But what people didn't understand is I needed to make that investment in me, because I had all the skills and tactics to do things, but I wasn't succeeding because I didn't have the worthiness or feel deserving of the success I was getting. And I would sabotage myself not even knowing it. And it wasn't until I started working on me and believed I deserved it that things shifted. So I had all those skills and tactics, can apply them easily, but I won't be sabotaging them. And that's the difference that we need to help women do, so they can not only go after the goals they want, but they don't have to set themselves back because they've achieved them.
Good advice, good advice. I would work with you any given day of the week, actually. I wish I could have you with me all the time, because I feel better just sitting here listening to you. But I am so excited to have you in this class this year, and congratulations on being a top 25 leading women entrepreneur. You have earned it by every right, and you are a pillar example of just a strong influencer in the state of New Jersey. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.